welcome to Byte-Sized Tech.
So, is AI taking over the world? I mean, it's the question on everyone's mind, right? It gets whispered in boardrooms and debated over dinner tables.
Well, the short answer? Yeah, it is. And it's happening way faster and in more ways than you probably think. You know, from the biggest, most powerful supercomputers on the planet, all the way down to the apps on your phone, AI is getting woven into, well, pretty much everything. So today, we're going to break down the week's biggest stories to show you what this AI invasion really means for you.
All right, so first things first. To really get a handle on where this is all headed, you gotta look at the foundation. And right now, companies and governments are pouring insane amounts of money into building the infrastructure for our AI future. The scale is just staggering. Let's start with this number, 1 billion. That's a B. That's the price tag on a brand new deal between chipmaker AMD and the US Department of Energy. They're building 2 new supercomputers, Lux and Discovery. And this isn't just about making things faster. We're talking about building dedicated horsepower to tackle huge problems in science, energy, and national security. And all of it powered by AI.
Okay, so $1 billion sounds like a lot, right? Well, to put that into perspective, check out this number, $4 trillion. That's the unbelievable market cap that both Apple and Microsoft just crossed. Each. It just shows you the sheer scale of the private sector's bet on AI. This isn't some side project for them, it's the absolute core of their strategy for the future.
So what are they actually building with all that cash? Well, they're building what are being called AI factories. This term actually came from the press release for that new Lux supercomputer, and it's a perfect name. Think about it. If AI models are the product, these factories are the high-tech assembly lines, purpose-built to just churn out the next generation of powerful, sophisticated AI.
Okay, so with all this money and infrastructure flooding into AI, you have to ask, what's the immediate fallout? What's the effect on the economy and, our jobs? Let's dive into that.
This number here, it's not dollars, it's people. 30,000. That's how many employees Amazon is planning to lay off. It's the biggest job cut in the company's entire history. And while they're calling it a cost-cutting move, there's something much, much bigger going on here. And here's the kicker. The connection to AI couldn't be more clear. Amazon's own CEO, Andy Jassy, he came right out and said it. He expects their workforce could shrink even more because of generative AI. So this isn't just about a tough economy. This is a fundamental change in how massive companies are thinking about the future of work. And as this new AI economy starts to form, we're already seeing different playbooks emerge. You've got the 2 big rivals, right? OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, they're going for the massive consumer-facing market. But then you've got Anthropic, who makes the AI assistant Claude. They're doing something different. They're focusing almost entirely on corporate clients. And guess what? It's working. A whopping 80% of their revenue comes from businesses, which just goes to show you there's a huge, huge market for specialized enterprise-level AI. Okay, so we've talked big picture, huge infrastructure, economic shockwaves, but how does any of this actually touch your day-to-day life? Well, all that power is now being funneled directly into the apps and software you use every single day. Here's a perfect everyday example. One writer for Tom's Guide decided to outsource their weekly meal planning, that thing we all dread, to ChatGPT. They just gave it a prompt with their location, their budget, and their dietary needs. After a couple of quick tweaks, ChatGPT spit out a whole week of meals and, get this, a perfectly categorized shopping list. The whole thing, which usually takes forever, was done in just 15 minutes. Crazy, right? And this kind of thing is popping up everywhere. I mean, pretty soon you'll be able to hit a Buy with PayPal button right inside ChatGPT. Adobe's rolling out AI assistants in Photoshop, and even the simple snipping tool in Windows 11 just got a massive AI boost. It can now read and copy text straight from any screenshot. They're small changes, sure, but they add up to a huge shift. But of course, as AI reshapes our tools, it's also going to reshape our social spaces. And that's creating not just cool new features, but some very new, very modern problems. Ever been scrolling your feed and it just feels, weird? Little off? You might be swimming in what people are calling AI slop. Seriously, think of it like digital junk food. It's just this endless stream of low-quality, AI-generated stuff that's pumped out to grab your clicks and make a quick buck on ad revenue. It's not always meant to trick you, just to fill the empty space. And it's really important to get the difference here because it all comes down to intent. So, deepfakes, they're made specifically to deceive you. AI hallucinations, those are just mistakes when an AI accidentally makes something up. But AI slop, that's different. It's born from pure indifference, just mass-producing content without caring one bit if it's accurate or original or if it even makes any sense.
And while all this is happening, the social platforms themselves are changing constantly. Threads just launched ghost posts that disappear after 24 hours. And in a pretty symbolic move, X is finally officially retiring the old Twitter.com domain. The whole social media world is just shifting right under our feet.
All right, for our last section, let's look ahead. I'm talking beyond apps, beyond social media. We are seeing the very first, very real steps toward a future that, honestly, has only ever existed in sci-fi. We're talking about the merge between the human mind and the machine.
And right now, two totally different philosophies are battling it out in the race to build brain-computer interfaces. On one side, you've got Elon Musk's Neuralink, super invasive, requires surgery to implant a device right in the brain. But now, there's a new challenger. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, is reportedly backing a startup called Merge Labs. Their goal? To create a non-invasive interface, maybe one that can link to your brain using sound waves. Two completely different approaches to the same mind-blowing goal.
And that brings us right back to where we started, to that big question. We've seen AI built into these giant supercomputers. We've seen it reshaping our economy, upgrading our apps, and now maybe connecting directly to our brains. So as this tech gets woven deeper and deeper into every single part of our lives, it leaves us with one last really crucial question to think about. Are we still in control? If you enjoy this episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.